Getting an echo.
Oh, yes, we were. Okay, we're still here, the Roundtable, but George, sometimes people think George lost his marbles and he's looking for them, but he's not. He's not looking for his marbles. We seem to be missing something or someone
I'm
here.
looking for the Denver Bronco guy.
Hello.
He went long.
He did. Keep running. We'll send you the ball. Mr. Rick Upchurch is out of town on business. I do believe he's down in Nolens for the 7K convention, the 7K silver, or 7K metals,
Cool.
Convention. So he's down there having a good time. So it's just the mouth and the voice.
The mouth and the voice.
We're holding down
What is the 7K metals?
What is the 7K metals? Have you not been listening to the show? Anyway,
at all.
Show?
the 7K metals is a company that actually helps provide a future outside of the current currency system by taking advantage of metals such as silver and gold to ensure your wealth. Okay. So it's something that Rick has shared with us. If you hold a dollar bill up, right, 3 cents is all that paper's worth.
That's it.
But then if you hold up a silver coin, that's worth $27 an ounce.
That's it.
And gold is worth what, $3,000 an ounce now? So I've been getting involved with some silver. I'm waiting on the gold to come down a few dollars before I do that.
Below $5,000.
Below $5,000. So it really sort of made sense that, so 7K metals, if you're interested, you can contact Rick or you can contact me, right? You can contact me right here through the Roundtable show, the RoundtableLV at gmail.com. And I'll be happy to share with you that I'm in it because I just love all the Batman coins.
I tried to invest in gold 20-some years ago with a company that no longer exists. I lost $4,000. Just like that. It was
how? Well, because of the decline?
Yep. But all of a sudden I could hear the whistling in my house. And all of a sudden I heard, this is back in 2000, 2001. It was awful.
But, okay, like the stock market, okay, it's a marathon. If you're looking to make a quick hit in any style investment, okay, in any investment, not even going to the casino,
right,
is an immediate investment unless you really get lucky.
Well, I wasn't even looking for a quick hit. But it just went real quick away.
The elevator fell out at the bottom.
Jeez, I was like, no way, man.
But you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's like this. Right. Truly, this is an investment. Okay, now I've learned a little bit of the system a little bit. I've purchased coins where I am actually in the plus. I'm on the plus side. I already have equity in some of my coins already.
That's
Sell
good.
now.
Right.
When I get to $100 equity, maybe I'll think about it.
Right.
Because it is only 1 ounce. But yeah, so I mean, and it's also a legacy. It's all those things. And look, like you just said, you got involved with gold so many years ago, and you and I both, we've done this. You get involved in a business. We've both thrown away more money trying to do something worthwhile that I swore I would never do anything again because, I've tried enough of them. But this one, and you and I both, we've been doing the show now almost a year with Rick, right? August will be a year.
Wow.
And he's quietly shared with us what he's doing, and he doesn't pitch it to us hard.
No,
he just says, hey, look at this, check this out. And so a couple of weeks ago, before I went on the air, he pulls up on his phone, check this out. And he shows me like 3 or 4 Batman coins. I'm like, oh, crap.
You were hooked.
Oh, I was hooked.
It's all over.
And then I got on the call that night, with the big guys up above him. And the guy shares his screen. He brings up like 30, 40 more coins in Batman or DC Comics. I'm like, wow, you already got my money. I'm in. But anyway.
So do you think that would make a good gift?
It could be a good gift if you want to buy silver, 7K metals. Absolutely. You could, email me to aaronphillipslv2018 at gmail.com. Use that one instead. If you're interested in learning more, I'll be happy to talk to you. But yeah, I mean, you want to invest in something for mom that's not flowers that's going to pass away in a week or chocolates that'll be gone in a couple of hours. And that's really what we're going to talk about a lot of today, right? You and I.
We were discussing, hey, what are we going to talk about? We said, well, how about Mother's Day and the gifts that go along with it and traditions and what is good today and what isn't. So.
Well, I put a question out, or actually I put it into the promo post. I would love to know the trends and traditions that people have for Mother's Day in terms of gift giving. When it comes to Father's Day, the traditions are usually what? Socks,
a tie,
underwear, tie, right? So fortunately, my kids are almost going to be 30 and I don't have any young ones. So they know that they better not get me ties or socks or underwear. But for Mother's Day, there's the traditional stuff, right? Mother's Day, you take out mom for breakfast or lunch on
Right.
Sunday, right? You get flowers, you get balloons, you get chocolate, maybe whatever. But flowers die in a week. Mylar balloons start sinking about a week
Right.
later, right? So would it be great though if you gave a mother, new mother or whatever, something that will last them a lot longer, that they can appreciate a lot longer, right?
I agree.
So we've got some ideas. I know you shared an article which I actually printed off, but so if you have any Mother's Day ideas, stuff that's new or whatever you do, we'd love to hear from you. 702-992-3207. Call us. Put it in the chat room. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can comment there as well. John will pick up the message and post it for us to see. If you're listening to us on the apps, WWDBTV for Android, WWDBTV
Oh, that's my
LV,
Fox
LV
Sports.
for your iPhones. Call us, 702-992-3207. We want to hear from you. All right.
So, do you know when Mother's Day, when it started? And
No.
what president signed the
No.
bill saying that we declare this Mother's Day on Sundays? I don't remember the exact year, but it would have to be in the mid-19-teens.
Okay.
Woodrow Wilson.
Really?
He's the
And what
one-
was the impetus behind that? Why did he
You know,
think that Mother's
I just saw it real quick. Why? Just to celebrate
Mothers? Okay.
You know,
Did he do Father's Day also?
No, I think Father's Day came later. I don't know.
Yeah, but did
exactly.
he also, was he the one that got behind Father's Day if he did Mother's Day, or did somebody else come up with
Oh, I
Father's
think
Day?
that's later on.
Okay.
Woodrow Wilson did Mother's Day. That's
Gotcha.
the one thing I know for sure. But yeah, so it's been around a little over 100 years now.
Yeah, well, that's that. Look, here's the thing with stuff like this. You got Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anniversaries, birth. Listen, here's the thing. Why do we wait for one day a year to really celebrate somebody? You have Grandparents' Day, right? You have the other day, John would like this because I see he's running around the studio without shoes. The other day was National No Shoes Day. Okay.
Who the hell invents these days?
Well, I'll tell you, I know who it is. The guy who invented the National Day calendar. I met him. Marlon, I'll come up with his name during break. So yeah, and you can buy, like if we wanted to do the Roundtable National Day, all we have to do is send in $20,000 and we'll declare a day that
So
is.
you have to buy the day.
Well, look, he's got to make money somehow.
Wow. Buy the day.
If we want to do a
National
WW
Donut Day.
Right,
National
Pizza Day.
Cheeseburger Day.
Those are all days. They're all out there.
Are we supposed to be able to? Are they supposed to be federal where you can take the day off?
No,
Nobody
they're
would
not
work.
federal.
It would
They're
be
not
365 days a year. Nobody would work.
Well, if you're federal though, you're still paid for days off.
Right. Well, then who cares?
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not. I have to work to be paid.
Oh, me too. We don't get days off in the security
No.
business. We keep you safe every day of the year.
That's right, doggone it.
That's it.
So let's talk about, before we get into the list and stuff, what has been for your mom or any, I know you don't have children now. You have your dogs and pets. Well, I guess they're
Yeah.
sort of your children, right? Do
Yeah,
you guys
yes.
celebrate Mother's and Father's Day because you have the pets?
Oh yeah, we do little things.
So what do you do?
Denise and I had a discussion. It was a more.
Denise told them.
Yeah, yes. Basically, it wasn't a discussion.
Denise said so.
That when you're, a parent or couples that are together, if they don't have children together, it's Mother's Day.
Oh, so is this where that question came from?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So we
You
took.
peppered that.
I get her stuff. I don't get. I don't go out with flowers or candy.
Right, you do stuff.
But it's Mother's Day. I want to see what the
Okay.
children are going to do.
okay.
So that kind of thing. But
The dogs, you're waiting for the dogs to do something?
yeah, I wish they would do something. What are you guys going to do for your mama? So, no, that's what, I always thought that Mother's Day, okay, that's Mother's Day. The
Right.
children do something for their mother.
Right.
I never looked outside.
Or
the
husbands
box.
do it for their wives who are mothers.
Again, if you have children together and you have,
Right.
like in your case, you've got two
Mhm.
daughters, of course you might buy your wife something for Mother's Day. She's the mother of your children. And again, I guess even couples that are together that only one has children, the other one, they didn't have children together, I guess.
Like
it should still be-
steps.
Yeah, I guess it should be considered that. But I still do it. We just had a conversation about it. That's
Mhm.
all. Flowers, candy, that
So
kind
what
of
do,
thing.
so what do you do then for Mother's Day for Denise?
Well, we might go out to eat or something, or she probably has some. I think she has plans with the kids. Already made some plans with it. That's
Okay.
fine. We'll go out and do whatever they're doing. It's usually, and again, Sunday. Some people, that's when Mother's Day is, but
Right.
some people celebrate it earlier.
Mhm.
Maybe on Friday or Saturday, or somebody's going to be out of town, so let's do it a day early.
Yeah,
It's like birthdays, that kind of thing. When I was a kid, my mom, I didn't, I didn't work. I was 16, 17 years old. You know, I had maybe a paper route or did lawns. You know, you go out and buy a card or flowers or something like that. You know? Some people, like my mother, had everything. I think it's just the gesture itself that means something.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you get them.
Right.
The fact that you were thinking about them. Here, Mom, here's a card.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Well,
Thanks for everything.
And here's the thing, like I was kind of alluding to before. Why do we have to, I don't, and it sounds like you don't either. Why do we have to wait for one day out of the year to thank a mom?
I don't know. I think it's just one day a year that they celebrate. I'm sure you can do whatever you want and celebrate. Every day you celebrate in your own way. I guess national.
Right,
I
sure.
guess national.
You know who's
Pick the day.
behind really this? Hallmark.
Even back in the 19 teens?
Well, I don't know.
Been around
Woodrow
that
Wilson
long?
may have had very pure thoughts of doing it.
Right, but
think about it.
Woodrow Wilson started.
Wilson, I mean. Oh, yeah. That's right, exactly.
Comedy
No,
at its finest.
but here's the thing. You know, my wife's birthday was last week. Her birthday is the 4th of May. And so Mother's Day is usually right behind it. So when I buy cards, I get them all together. I know she's not listening. She's working out right now, so I'm safe in saying that. $7.99 for a standard size card when they used to be $2.99. You know, so the price of card, like everything, price is going up. But I spend
Envelopes are extra.
Envelopes are extra. That's right. And if you're lucky to find envelopes behind the card, sometimes you can't.
Right.
But I spent almost as much in just 2 cards for her birthday and for Mother's Day as I could do for literally a plant or flowers or something like that as the actual gift.
Now that's 2 separate days.
No, but
what if her birthday landed on Mother's Day weekend?
Well, that's like Christmas.
Right.
People whose birthday, right?
Well, Denise's birthday is 3 days after Christmas, and there is no combining. It's Christmas Day gifts and birthday. And my niece's birthday is 3 days before Christmas. My sister said the same thing. There is no combining. So it's separate.
Well, it's funny you say that because when Hanukkah falls out sort of later in December, our wedding anniversary is January 8th, Elvis's birthday.
Right.
So we do combine.
Which is still part of the celebratory
still
week.
right, exactly.
Wait.
What?
Hold it.
Are you on the mic as you're talking?
No, I
Go on the mic because you should join in anyway.
All right, listen to this. Okay?
Go ahead.
So you just said your anniversary is on Elvis's birthday.
January 8th.
Okay. My anniversary is on Elvis's death.
Ooh.
August
Weird.
15th.
Ooh.
Is that
I thought he
weird?
died on August 12th.
Nope, 15th.
It's his
Okay.
anniversary. He should know.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that. I have a.
So
Please do.
so
I have
here
a
so
feeling.
No, but that's just
Yeah.
a weird fucking
oh
coincidence.
It is.
Jeez. All righty. Elvis has
That is
Elvis
weird.
has
It is
left
weird.
the building and then he's anyway. So but here's the thing. Combining the presents, I guess early on in a marriage, okay? When the kids are young, like you were just sort of alluding to, you know, you have the birthday for mom.
Right.
You want to have the kids are going to do cards in school, you know, in the art. And then you have Mother's Day. You want them to kind of get into it. But as you get older and the kids get older, my wife Eileen and I, we've accepted the fact that, you know what? Let's just get one thing we both can enjoy. Okay. For instance, we went to a party a couple of weeks ago, and in the backyard, this family had, you know, the gravity chairs.
Yeah.
Well, they make those in swings now, double swings, not just the separate chairs like I already have in those gravity chairs. So these people out in the backyard, my wife sat down and guess what she told me she wants for Mother's Day? That swing is in a box in my patio right now.
Gravity chair.
So here's the thing. So we know we're both going to use it, but that's what she wants. And then I sometimes, when I decide to listen to her throughout the year, if she drops little hints like, you know, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that throughout the year, I remember that. She forgets it. So when it's a couple of months later and I remember, she's like, well, wow, you really did pay attention. You heard what I wanted.
Right.
So for us, we're at the point where it is combining dates. Now, Father's Day, and I know we're talking Mother's Day, Father's Day is the 18th, which is a Sunday. Well, my kids are coming in Friday night, the 16th, but on Father's Day Sunday, we're getting up early to drive to Arizona to see the in-laws. But Saturday, while my kids are here, we're going to go out with my dad and celebrate Father's Day on Saturday.
Right.
So you do what you have to do to celebrate and be together as a family. I guess.
Right.
You know, Thanksgiving, same thing. My daughter from back east, she doesn't come in on Thanksgiving. She comes out in December around Hanukkah. So we have a Thanksgiving. That's
Thanksgiving. I like that
you
one
know,
better.
so, and you know, it is what, but anyway, let's stick to Mother's Day. I digress as
Real
always.
quick, you
Go.
did say your anniversary is on the 15th of August.
Yes.
Elvis' Presley died the day after the 16th. So,
Oh, was it?
yeah, maybe your anniversary is
Oh, no,
on
no,
the
no.
16th.
No, no,
Don't tell her that.
I'm sorry, you're right. My anniversary is the 16th. My oldest son's birthday is the 15th.
Well, let's hope
He
she's
was
not.
born. He was born the day before our second anniversary.
Well, hopefully she's not listening and heard you. You said the 15th.
That's why we're divorced.
That's
There you go. But you remember it now.
But wait a minute, you would have gotten her stuff a day early. That would have been okay, wouldn't it? If it was the 17th, you went afterwards. Then you're
I
out.
gave her a kid.
Oh, you gave her a kid.
Is that a good thing?
Wow. All right. Before we dig ourselves any
It's
deeper,
something that she's always remembered.
I've always wanted
at least one thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, you're watching the Roundtable. George and I are holding down the fort while Rick Upchurch is down in the Speakeasy. That's what they call New Orleans.
Speakeasy. Oh, he's on
Speakeasy.
Bourbon Street hanging out.
Oh, you know Mr. Upchurch. He's
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Have
All
you
right.
ever been there, Noel?
I have not.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I had a chance to go there. I worked for Paychecks. When I first became a manager, they wanted to transfer me down there, but I had just bought my house here in Vegas, and I said, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's
doing it.
awesome. It's
So-
fun.
Anyway, hey, you're watching Roundtable. We'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
The sound effects.
And the magic weight of the day is, anyway, oh, that's a good
We need
contest.
to do that.
We do. Let's
We
do
need
that
to
for
do that.
Aaron's Hour this week with Mona. Mystic Mona is going to be on
magic
Aaron's
what?
Hour. The magic weight of the day.
The
And
magic
if somebody
weight.
says
You
it,
said the magic word.
The magic weight.
we need to get, didn't he
Groucho.
honk a horn when
He had a
the
duck
bird
with that.
dropped down?
Yeah,
That was,
with
what was the name of that
word around it? Yeah.
That Groucho Marx.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the Roundtable. That's the mouth.
See what you learned
I'm
here?
the voice. Yeah,
That's it. You bet your life. Wasn't that the name of the show?
was it You Bet Your Life? That
Yeah.
you did?
There you go. That's it.
All right. So so we've been talking Mother's Day. We're just doing a little barbecue, or my dad's girlfriend's grandson is a chef. She's trying to convince him to put a meal together for Mother's Day, but that's all we're doing. We're not doing anything crazy. So here we go. So George found an article produced by his favorite channel, Fox News. It was a website, an article on their website, published May 9th, and let's give them the credit. Maureen Mackey, Ashlyn Messier, and Gabrielle Rigobuto. This is their article, so they did a lot of research. So 6 ideas that will last longer than flowers or chocolate,
That's it.
especially if the chocolate's in the sun.
And if it's around me, it won't.
It won't last, exactly. All right, so here you go. So here's some of the 6 ideas, okay? First one, a baby monitor that tracks breathing. If there's a new mom in your life, you really want to surprise them, a baby monitor that tracks breathing might just do the trick. It's a mother's nature to worry about their babies always, but
Okay.
especially newborns. There are scores of fears a mother has been bringing home a new baby. Will they take their bottle breath, etc.? Mother's Day brain. So while there would be nothing that truly stops a mother's worrying, a baby monitor that tracks breathing may help her sleep just a little bit better. Through tech-related baby items are often some of the most expensive, they may be worth the extra splurge this Mother's Day. The gift could truly impact a mother's ability. The devices send alerts when breathing or movement hasn't been detected, and could even save a child's life. I know some people that could probably use that too.
No, I will. Yeah, I agree. Now, I know that newborn babies, there's that, what do they call it? SIDS or something, like in the first couple of years.
Sudden infant death.
Yeah, sometimes they
Sudden
stop.
infant crib death.
Yeah, they die in their sleep or they stop breathing. for no one reason, and they really don't even have any idea why.
Right.
So again, yeah, that's a good gift.
Mhm.
You know, so that they'll give a mother a,
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Sure.
Sure.
And that's why they say usually with babies, I think you don't want them when they're real young to be on their stomach sleeping. I think they're saying maybe that's part of it.
Right.
We shouldn't be on our stomachs either because it puts so much pressure on our heart. But
yeah, I don't. So
but that's that one. All right. Number 2. This is a cool one. I like this one. A DIY, do it yourself for those who don't know what that stands for. Photo frame that doubles as a vase.
Ah.
Now the photo frames though, the digital ones, my in-laws have one down in Arizona.
So you put the water in the plant,
Right, and somehow, yeah, exactly.
and it
But
just has it in the front where
I get, but they have just the frame that's digital.
Okay.
So when my wife takes pictures of whatever, and she wants her mother to see the kids or whatever, all she does is somehow through technology, through her email or something, she can just send the picture right to the photo frame at my in-laws' house.
right to the vase.
Right to the vase.
So the picture can change immediately.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. How does this one describe? So this DIY photo vase is thoughtful, easy, and will double as a photo display.
Do they give a roundabout cost? How much something like that costs?
Well, let's see what it says here.
If you're on The Price is Right, $50.
You know what? I think for the one that my in-laws have, that might be about right. And they've had it
Okay.
a while though. But all it is really is just with some tech in a plastic frame that rotates.
Right.
That's all that it is.
Cool, cool.
You'll need, let's see, include an assortment of flowers in the photo frame. You'll need 4 square frames that are the same size photos, hot glue gun, etc. So you're making the frame around the vase. To put this photo vase together, you'll want to add the pictures to your frames first. Once you've so this is actually man-made.
So you have to actually
It's a
put it
do-it-yourself.
together.
It's right. Well, you can do that with the digital one.
Forget
However, no. But this takes arts and crafts, and as most mothers
Stuff to do to teach.
yeah,
kids
but
or
mothers,
something.
as kids, when we gave mom those handmade cards or whatever we did with our hands, I mean, I know my mom seemed to love it even more because it came from our hearts. It came from our minds as kids.
Right. I've never been crafty, but I mean, if you made something, that means you took the time out. You're thinking about, oh, my mom, wait till she sees this. And it's all screwed up when you get it to
All
her.
cockeyed and sideways.
Right.
But yet proudly displayed on the refrigerator.
Right, of course.
So you're building these 4 frames basically into a square,
Okay.
and then you're attaching them to a vase
Okay.
using glue, glue and stuff.
The vase. The
The
vase
vase,
comes,
yes.
everything comes with it.
But I like the idea though of a digital photo frame. Now that is a good
Yeah,
one.
it
My
is.
in-laws have.
Where you can change them out.
Well, no. They just
just
store
send
it.
them,
It
and
just
then-
has
and
like an
And
SD
then they
card.
can change them as they please.
Yeah, or like there's an SD card. I don't know what size
Right.
it is.
Maybe it'll just keep going and, it keeps.
And yes,
changing
you can
photos.
set the timing on
It
how often.
loops.
What's
Right. Right.
It loops.
Yeah.
It loops, right?
photo,
But you can set the timing, I think, as to how long a picture is visible for it loops through. So you can change,
Right.
like on the slideshow.
Yeah.
All right. So I kind of like that one. This one, I think it's a little outdated.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything as such a thing as outdated? But we'll find
I think so. A piece of china, piece of fine china.
Okay.
Now,
I don't know.
You're
if people
talking about-
appreciate that.
well,
kind
no,
of
no,
stuff.
you're right. They appreciate it, but what age do you buy that? What as someone giving a gift to a mother that may want a piece of fine china? What age do you think about? Are you 10? Are you 20? Are
I
you
would-
30 before you think about that? And by that point, mom is probably 40, 50, 60 years old, and the last thing they want is more stuff to dust around.
Well, yeah. I remember my mom had the
The display
the
cabinet.
China. Yeah,
Yeah.
we never used it.
Well, in Yiddish, we
It
used
was
to say the
just-
chinik cabinet.
China.
Chinik.
We never used the stuff. We
Right.
never did. And we had the gold-plated silverware, and the table would be set, but we'd never really used the stuff.
Absolutely. So that one kind of,
Thank
I don't
God
know.
I didn't have to dust it.
So it says here, it's likely that your mom hasn't received the gift of china since either her bridal shower or wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine china doubles as an elegant piece of serviceware or high-end table decor, which, okay, for a special
And some
event.
women collect that stuff.
Yeah, no,
we all
absolutely.
have something we collect. I'm sure there's women out there that collect.
While fine china, porcelain, bone china, or dainty ceramics usually appear during the holiday season, Mother's Day is a perfect celebration to add an elegant touch to mom's collection. There's a label or a maker, designer called Yadro, ADRO, fine artist. Makes everything from porcelain figures to china. Man, my mom made she recipes loved Yadro pieces.
Did you ever break anything that your mom appreciated, something like china or something? I mean, I have a story, but I didn't know if you ever did, playing
Nope.
ball in the house or running around.
No comment, Your Honor.
Okay, there you are.
I
Guilty.
believe- Not that I can get in trouble for it. Now, but here's the thing. When my mom passed away, coming up on 23 years, they had the china cabinet and
Right.
they had all the display pieces. Well, my dad, they went from like a 4-bedroom home. And my dad now, thank goodness, he's in a 2-bedroom condo, right? Guess where all the fine china pieces are?
He's
Your
got
house.
In my garage
okay.
in boxes.
Oh,
So
in
I
boxes.
yeah, boxes. So I keep asking my wife, I said, when are we going to go through this? I want my dad to go through it to say what he wants to keep, right? So here's the staple answer I get from my wife. Your daughters may want it someday.
Meaning she doesn't.
Well, we don't have room for it. Yeah, right. She doesn't.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Talk to your daughters
Uh-huh.
and you tell them, we'll put this stuff on eBay and we'll split the profit.
Yeah, it may not be a bad idea.
I threw
The thing is with antiques, so you're not going to get a price. Nobody knows how to price antiques properly.
Right.
No, I threw a frisbee in the house once. It was like 15. I threw a frisbee across the living room, and it hit the china cabinet. And there was an old Hungarian. It wasn't a plate. It was like a ceramic figurine or some shit, and it broke. I blamed it on my sister, but my mother was.
She knew.
She knew. It
How many
wasn't that-
pieces could you have glued it back together without notice?
Well, it was bad. I knew that I might as well ship myself off to Siberia immediately. And I'll just send her a letter saying this is why I left.
Read it when I turned 21.
Yeah, it was a bad day.
No, but so to me, China, I don't know if that's a real practical one today because, you have families that are starting late 20s, 30s, and I don't know, younger people getting married today, I don't know if they're really getting fine china as gifts anymore.
It's not the same way. You're right, because
But
first
they
of all,
can't afford food. But
Right. they're not
They-
going to set up their table every holiday.
No more.
People eat in front of the TV now. There's no sense of family sitting at a table with fine china anymore.
Right. So, I mean, here's the thing. In my household, and you know this being part Jewish, you have meat dishes.
The poor
If you're honoring the Jewish religion of keeping, don't mix meat and dairy products.
Right.
So you have meat dishes, you have dairy dishes, you have Passover dishes for meat and dairy. So that's 4 sets of dishes. If you're not all that strict and you bring in non-kosher food into the house, you have a set of dishes called treif, which allows you to bring Chinese food in and stuff because it can't touch the kosher plate. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 sets of dishes. And we bought a service for 12 of fine china.
I
Ask
just
me
want
how
to
many
eat.
times- I
I
know.
don't want to have to worry about all that. Just give me a pizza.
So, well, we have paper plates for that.
Right.
So we had fine china. Okay. And we have the fine silverware utensils, everything for 12.
Wow.
I don't know 12 people
Right.
anymore. So what do? We have those plates now stacked in our regular cabinet. We use them every day now.
Just because,
Mikasa.
Yeah.
Mikasa is a great name. We love the dish. We love the pattern, but nobody uses it anymore.
Did
Nobody
you ever
sits
see
down.
what film was it? Oh my God, what was the movie? Oh, it was Rob Williams and Nathan Lane. The Birdcage,
Oh, yeah.
and they had the fine china,
Yep.
and it was Greek. The Greek boys jumping, playing leapfrog naked over each other, and the mother's
yeah,
looking at the plate. She didn't have her glasses on, and the daughter's horrified, going.
That's right. That's right. So yeah,
Oh,
but a
fuck.
lot of the European pieces, though, like you just alluded to, all have that in there. A lot of them do as part of the artwork. To them,
Right.
that was art.
Yeah.
Right. Today, it's like, oh, I need $1 for that one. Anyway,
Torn china. Who
that's
knew?
right. Made in China. Okay, here's number 4. I like this one. A guided journal.
Okay. Guided journal meaning.
Journaling.
Yeah,
They tell you what to write.
I know what for Mother's Day, just to keep track of their daily thoughts and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit.
So it's written. It's described as this way: while writing can be a relaxing activity, okay, if mom has a bout of writer's block for any reason, then with a blank page, might not, it might just be something to spurn some thoughts. A guided journal is perfect for this reason. Guided journals come with prompts per page to answer versus simply free writing.
Okay.
So there may be a prompt at the top, which you
Right.
generally will see in like the calendar journals, and that may prompt you to just kind of write, but like a diary. right?
Yeah.
I mean, as a new mom, they could start journaling what they experienced. Oh, today Johnny had his first steps. What a beautiful, all that.
Right.
Or say, my husband didn't get up at 3 a.m. for another feeding, and he's pretending to sleep, and I'm not. That sort of
Funny
thing.
you mentioned that. I have, my sister and I both still have, it's a baby book.
Uh-huh.
We each had our own separate baby book, and it chronicalized our
Yep.
whole young life. My
Yep.
mom had the first piece of hair,
Right.
and my mom was a writer.
Sure.
A lot of women, or a lot of people are not, especially,
Right.
women have too much things to do raising children to write, or maybe they set time out during
Right.
the day to do it. But she was doing it all the time and saved the first report card,
Mm-hmm.
saved all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my mom did. My wife still has my kids' baby teeth when they fell out. How disgusting
Yeah,
is
we
that?
got that stuff too.
Hey, so
George's first trip to jail.
George's first poopy diaper.
Right.
Guided journals will not only help mom get her brain active and creative, but it's also a gift, like you just alluded to, that she can look back over the years. Now,
Right.
young mothers, since I'll say traditionally, they tend to stay home with the babies early when the kids are young.
Right.
That's, going out or doing what he's doing.
Something a sexist would say.
Yeah, well, that's why I said traditionally. So you always want, when you're around the kids for so long, you want adult conversation,
Sure.
right? So the journal, though, I think helps do that in a way. It's not talking to somebody, except literally you're talking to yourself in writing form. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
One
Keeps
of the
brain
cool thing
active.
is when you're using the book, it reminds you every day that your child got it for you,
Mhm.
and you get to use it every day and thinking of them as you're putting your thoughts down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, next one, number 5. We'll go to number 6, take a quick break, and then we'll come back with our other topic, and then
Okay.
America Speaks.
Very good.
This one I kind of like, a beach bag filled with summer items.
Okay.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Pick out a cute beach bag that fills your mom's style, and in it, you put some nice towels, sunscreen, or tanning oils,
Flip-flops or
a
sandals.
good beach read,
Yeah.
a portable speaker, a floppy hat, beach attire, whatever. And just, I think that's a nice idea.
What if you live in Alaska?
Well, then you better save it for the 6 months of non-winter.
They still have summer in Alaska.
It's
I've
just
been there in July and it was freezing. I froze my ass off.
That's right.
When it's springtime in Alaska, it's 40 below.
Right.
That's right. My friend Scott Hogue, he lived up there for a number of years, and he loved it. He would send us pictures in January, and he could be mistaken for a polar bear because he has so much body hair, and he would be out by the grill in flip-flops, shorts, and a jacket because the cold never bothered the guy. He had his own fur coat and it was fine at 40, 50 below.
I know a woman that
Mosquitoes
lives
as
up
big
there
as
that can
bats.
See Russia from her house.
Oh, yeah. I know someone that said that too. How about mosquitoes as big as bats?
Yeah, no shit.
Can saddle those suckers.
Yeah.
All right. What's the thing in the sky? The Ceralis suboris or whatever. How do you say that?
The
colors where the
Right.
colors change. And
Yeah.
you have
yeah,
Boreal yeah.
I got you.
Aurora Borealis.
Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
I knew
Yes,
I knew eventually he'd buy
Yeah,
a vowel.
yeah.
He bought a vowel and got it right.
Right.
But you can see that up in Alaska.
Yeah. Well, they said
Yeah.
this just happened a few weeks ago. They said it for some reason you could see it through the northern United States this past month or so ago. That you were able to see it as far south as Reno.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, this was just a month ago
Wow.
when he said that.
I
For
wish
some
I'd
reason,
known
the way
that.
the Earth was tilted, or however it happened,
Interesting.
climate change, whatever.
Did you know you can plant herbs and vegetables inside your house? So
Yeah,
an
I got arrested for that once.
now it's legal,
for
you're
the
fine.
vegetables. Or no,
That's right. An indoor garden, which a lot of people do who want to grow their own vegetables. It's like a vine. You can hang it in your house.
right?
This is a great gift for moms who love to indulge in fresh veggies and herbs. It's also
Hydroponic.
great idea for city residents that might not have enough room for a garden on their
Right.
patio or whatever.
Okay.
An indoor garden provides lots of ingredients needed to make a fresh salad. There are numerous hydroponics growing systems on Amazon there that are this article is so badly written that are used to plant an indoor garden. All you need is an indoor garden system along with seed pods. That's not a bad idea because you know what? It's another nurturing system,
Sure.
right? You can nurture.
It's
the
another
veggies.
gift that you can think of your loved one, your child, every day.
Yeah.
When they're looking at the plants.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's right, exactly. So I like them all. I'm not a fan of the China one,
Yeah.
but I like especially the vase with the pictures because
You were talking.
yeah, turn the mic on.
You were talking about the broken figurines, broken dishes, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
And-
will.
and-
A
and
gift
I
of
love- and I don't remember now whether the Chinese or Japanese do it, but when they break something like that
Mhm.
and they fix it, they use gold.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that why all those old pieces that have aged always have the gold lines on them?
That's it.
Really?
It's been broken. And,
Wow.
And it
Well, I'll just go melt my gold bars and have it ready and setting for when I break something.
There you go. All right.
Actually, isn't there a Lucky or 7 something?
7. No, they don't sell the gold that way, not in liquid form. Anyway, we're going to step aside for our second break, most likely our last break of the show, because George and I want to talk about what's going on with the possibility of the Oakland A's coming here in terms of their baseball site. And then, of course,
Not many people are happy.
no, including me and everybody else I know. And then after that, of course, we got to do America Speaks.
America Speaks. Yeah, it's coming.
We'll be right back.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chief.
And I'm Aaron, and together we are
Thoughts count anywhere.
Join us every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time.
right here on WWDBTV Network and all the shows that are available for you to watch. And why is that?
Because the Chief says so.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, welcome back to the Roundtable. George the Mouth Miklos, Aaron the Voice Phillips. We are here today holding down the fort while our compadre, Mr. Rick Upchurch, duly missed here in studio, is down back east in Narlands.
Messing around in Nolans.
Narlands. I hope he brings us back necklaces and the beads.
Oh, I have stories of those. Yes, I've been there. I had some.
Have you really?
Fun. Yeah,
They used to give
Mardi
them at the
Gras.
Rio.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's
The real
right.
Mardi Gras.
The Rio, which was based on like the Mardi Gras
Yeah.
theme, they used to do them in the sky ride.
Oh, yeah,
when the girls were up there.
That's right.
So anyway, all right, welcome back. So if you haven't been keeping up with the news, the Oakland Athletics are presumably moving to Las Vegas and should begin playing. They're saying maybe around 2027, I believe was the last
Yeah, you're
article.
a few years away.
So there was land that they were eyeing that they were in town a couple of weeks ago that was over, I think, like Russell in the 215, somewhere near Legion Stadium, right? Okay, and apparently, according to an article that came out last week, the Oakland Athletics were supposed to provide some paperwork to the state here with like a $500 million outline of where they're going to get funding and things like that. And I think the Athletics were thinking that they would get some tax incentive like the Raiders did when they moved here. Well, apparently they missed their deadlines on this one particular piece of land. And now they've looked at another location, which seems to be the hot topic now. For those of you who are familiar with Las Vegas, probably know where the Tropicana Hotel sits, the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and the Tropicana, diagonally across from MGM, New York, and
Excalibur.
and the Excalibur. Okay. So that seems to be the hotbed now. 35,000 seat baseball park, closed roof, a dome kind of thing. God only knows how much parking they're going to put in there, because if the same person who put a parking structure together for Legion Stadium that holds almost 70,000 people and a parking garage for 2,500 cars, and Terrible Herps doing another 700 not too long ago, I think we're a little off on the math. Now, our issue is what?
The location and the traffic jams that it's going to cause.
Oh, my
Now,
God.
again, I saw that they're going to tear the Tropicana down, which is,
Bullshit.
and I guess it's an iconic hotel. It's been around since the 50s. A lot of stories.
Yeah.
Now, the original, I saw another rendition of the stadium. It was on the same side of the Las Vegas Boulevard, but down about a half a mile or so, where it had 50 acres instead of 9.
But just closer to the airport, and I'm wondering if the airport
Well, no, it was south of that, on the other end. And it's a baseball stadium. Who gives a shit if planes fly over? There's another stadium where planes fly over the shit all the time.
LaGuardia
But it was farther
that.
south where it wasn't even in the path.
Gotcha. Okay.
A mile down the road, same
Okay.
side. But the Tropicana is right next to the airport.
Right.
And right there on the strip with all that traffic. Now, the rendering of the stadium itself looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But why so? Why do you have to have everything bunched up when you have all this available land? You know, I wouldn't be farther north by the racetrack, farther south towards the M Resort. All that land is like 500 acres on that west side of the highway south of Allegiant.
I'll give you 2 words why it's on the Strip.
Well, don't say because it's too far.
No, the casinos, period.
Build it to the casino. They were talking about that too.
So you just happen to have opened the door to what my argument is. I go north. I know you brought up people going south towards
You're right.
the end. I go north. Why? Because you have the racetrack
Right.
that's already out that way. Holds 150,000 people in March for the NASCAR
Right.
and whatever other races. EDC comes out here and holds it out there. The Regional Transportation Commission already has it down on how to move people from the hotels on the Strip to get out there for these things.
Right.
Okay. Somebody said there's no casino out there. Well, I'm sorry, but the Station Casino Company,
Right. The locals.
they're locals. They're the ones that are. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen who know what this is, you guys know this. The new Durango station that's being built in the Southwest 215 by IKEA,
Right.
where there's nothing out there. Why can't they do that 15 north, 5 minutes, go to the other side of the Amazon warehouse there, 15 north, between us and the raceway. Station Casinos builds a hotel there as the anchor, bringing all the stores and shops that you want, or go south towards the M. That's fine. Down past our favorite timeshare.
Right.
Now that they've opened up a couple other exits,
Right.
between there and St. Rose Parkway. The biggest concern I have is the congestion, because a 7:05 first pitch, folks. Okay. Rush hour, even though this town traditionally is 3 8-hour shifts. We don't have a prime time like other cities
Correct.
do. Okay. But still, a lot of people work that 9 to 5 job, still have to travel north to south on 15. Some go east-west on Tropicana. 7:05 first pitch, doors open probably around 6. People want to get there early for batting practice,
So 4:30.
autographs. Oh my freaking Lord. I tell you what, now, in my opinion, they restructured that Tropicana, or as they called it, the Dropicana.
That's what they're doing.
The exit. That was all for that, regardless of they were going to build it, right?
Right.
And so that's been a nightmare. Right now, driving around Las Vegas everywhere is a pain in the ass with all the construction and paving that's going on.
Big time.
Cheyenne's been blocked out by my house from Torrey Pines, now going north up to Soaring Goals with construction. The area by Mountain View Hospital, the businesses there, God only knows how they're still surviving with the roads that are. But my point is, we've got construction. I wish I owned a piece of the business of construction.
Now, I will
personally.
say that it will be the smallest Major League Baseball stadium in the league.
That's okay.
They're talking 30,000, which
Right.
is fine,
Right.
because everybody's already saying, well, the Oakland A's, they're not going to sell out anyway. But 30,000 is a nice
Decent
yeah.
number. In comparison to Oakland Coliseum, which was a valley of big proportions where they couldn't get 5,000 people in there.
Right. So we'll see how that goes. Again, it's 4 years away, but I liked the rendition, which was a little farther south. You had
Get it
all
off
that
the
land to
strip.
play. Although the Tropicana does sit on 30 acres, they were saying that the ballpark will take about 9 or 10 of it, and the casino, they were still thinking about keeping a casino on the grounds or using the other part of the property for that.
How about this?
So-
How about this idea? Okay, or this issue, even with them coming here to Las Vegas.
How about slot machines in each seat while you're watching the game?
Keno,
Keno,
right?
instead of hot dogs, Keno.
Keno here, get your hot Keno.
Get your hot Keno.
No, but think about this though. Las Vegas would be the only team that has both the major league team and its AAA affiliate in the same town, let alone within 10, 12 miles of each other. That is an unfair advantage to all the other teams, though. So there was also talk that the affiliation of our beloved Aviators would have to change. You can't, if God forbid somebody breaks his leg in the first inning, guess what?
Well,
Hey,
be
get
done
Johnny
in
down
30
here.
minutes, right.
Get an Uber down here. And then, this guy's
Get
in
an
the fourth
Uber.
inning. No other team can do that.
Right.
That's an unfair playing advantage, which is not allowed in Major League Baseball.
Well, what are they going to do?
They're going to have to change affiliation.
Huh.
Look, they were affiliated with the Mets a couple of years ago. Why would a West Coast AAA team be
Do that.
affiliated with
I
the East
agree.
Coast, right?
Yeah.
Stupid. But they'd have to change affiliation because they can't do it.
Right.
It's not allowed by
Well,
baseball.
they got 4 years to work that out. And I still don't believe that's where the stadium's going to be. I think, again, that's just another rendering, they've said it, but they also said it was going to be there and down south. I still don't believe it until they blow the Tropicana.
Did you see this one though? And then we'll move on. That the land over by what was the Wild Wild West,
Okay.
$1. Oakland was offered to buy that land for $1, and they said no. Okay,
You know who owns that, right? Station Casinos owns that Wild Wild West.
that's all right, but that's not where I want stations. I mean,
Right.
think about that. Think about that area down there.
Yeah.
You're talking about where they tore down the Texas and Fiesta?
Nope.
No, we're talking about the Wild Wild West, which is on the west side of Tropicana.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Okay.
By the
There's
truck
a
stop.
Burger King.
Right.
Yeah,
by
right
the
there.
truck stop off
Yeah.
of
A lot of hookers over there. Don't ask me how I know, but there are.
Talk about a seventh inning stretch.
They do, right. You could. They're right there. They're right there on the corner there. They have that weekly place right across the street.
Forget Keno. I got a whole
Hookers.
hookers here. Get your
Get
hookers.
your hookers.
Oh my God. We lost total control. But see,
Right?
That's it.
oh, what size condom? Condoms here. Anyway,
Little your
All right.
10th birthday. Hey, son.
oh
Get
my
you a hooker
God.
for your birthday.
We are now going to be canceled next week by the cancel. So anyway, all right, that's our thoughts on it, folks. Get your heads out of your ass and put it somewhere that's more logical. With that, it is time now for we just kind of did it with that segment, but it is time officially for America Speaks.
That's
America Speaks.
Do you guys like my voice when I say that?
I
It
do,
sounds
and you
like
almost
I'm in an
duplicated it before.
echo chamber. Yeah,
You sound like-
America Speaks.
You sounded
Third
like
echo.
Joe Cocker.
Right. Oh, I just got to do like this now.
Oh, don't do it.
He's got Parkinson's or it's Joe Cocker. One of the two.
We're now part of the cancel society.
Right, we
anyway,
are.
go ahead. Hit it away. Hit it.
All right, America Speaks. This is where you get to voice your opinion. And today we are talking about something that's very controversial, which is the best way, because I always want to know what people are thinking. I want to know what you're thinking, America, and I want to know. And the only way to really get someone's true feelings is if you anger them or get them pissed off. That's the best way to get your response. On May 1st, 9 days ago in New York City, there was a guy named Jordan Neely. He was a homeless guy. He had been arrested over 40 times in his career as a criminal. Most of it was for harassment with women on a subway train. He was homeless, begging for food. He was thirsty, didn't have any water. At this point, I'm trying to think where his family was at this point. They only came out after he died.
Of course.
So there's, he's harassing people on a subway train. People are going to their morning commute to work, school, or whatever, and there's a 24-year-old Marine, got out of the military, served his country, is on his way to go to work or go to school. He went to college, got the GI Bill. So this criminal is harassing the passengers and nobody's doing anything about it. So this 24-year-old Marine gets out of his seat, goes up, tackles him, and puts him in a chokehold. Now, he put him in a chokehold for a few minutes. There was also a couple of other folks that were helping him by holding the criminal's hands down. Now, the Marine is a white guy, and of course, the criminal in New York City is African-American. They didn't show that the guy helping the Marine was also African-American helping.
Okay.
They somehow blocked that out,
Of course.
during the story. So now again, there's riots in New York City. White guy kills a homeless black guy on a subway. They don't really care that he was a criminal or been arrested 40 times.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're going to talk about your opinion, America, what America thinks about all this. I think the guy should have got a medal.
Okay.
Now he's being charged. He has to turn himself in tomorrow morning in New York to the police. All right, MCT6. Once again, it becomes a race issue. People will make this criminal a hero like George Floyd. There's consequences for bad behavior, and Neely was a troublemaker. A good citizen intervened and now will be the scapegoat for doing the right thing. I agree with that totally. It's too bad that 20 years ago he'd have been, on all the news shows, saving people on a subway.
That's right.
And now he's going to possibly, be charged with this and serve time for it. Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll wake up and figure this thing out. What in God's name says that's what he gets for playing God. Okay, well, we can tell about that one. There's, of course, there's two different sides, and we've just seen it right here. KSM 66. Of course, he's white. Better that innocents get hurt by this black animal. New York City and other woke cities are permanently off my bucket list. They can wallow and suffer in what they've created over the last 30 years. That was a healthy one right there.
You know what though? This incident, just what's concerning for me is that means we should not be out there protecting ourselves and protect others in need.
We can't do anything. We're not allowed to do anything
Yep.
for fear of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there that won't step up because of that fear.
Yeah.
You know, you either take the chance of getting killed or go to prison for saving the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, what do you do? All right. Ryan Narrows, 373. Of course he will. He never passes up a chance to prosecute the victim. That's the mayor of. Even though the mayor of New York has said, "Let's hold on,"
Right.
and the mayor's African American, he goes, "Let's hold off before we start, doing crazy things." But the city didn't care.
Right.
They're rioting everywhere. So, all right, Willis, 483.
What you talking about, Willis?
You're right. Guess normal law-abiding citizens need to start protesting, rioting, and destroying things. The lefties like chaos when it's waged against conservatives. Might as well give them total chaos. So what do you do? I mean, it's just, we live in a society now, like you said, we just can't protect ourselves, or we're afraid to protect ourselves
Mm-hmm.
for fear of the consequences, and that's just too bad. Smith government, SMI SMEGov. Of course he'll be charged. If the tables were turned, the homeless psycho would be getting a Citizen of the Year award. And then the next guy.
That's an actually interesting point and I think we've seen stories over the years where a homeless individual sees something going on and they do step in to try to break it up or try to, bring cooler heads. And and I would seem to recall, maybe I'm wrong, but I do recall citizens like that, they do get recognition for stepping in and giving $50,000 to turn their life around, get off the street. So that last one was pretty interesting.
Again, I don't understand.
Billy Ball says it's an upside down world right now. Yes, it is, darling.
It is, Billy.
And Billy, stop ghosting me. Return my calls, by the way, silly goose. Go ahead.
All right, here's one.
Called her out on national, international TV.
How about corn liquor? This is from Corn Liquor.
Insert joke here.
Right. He should be given the key to the city and a stipend for every derelict he chokes out to protect taxpayers. Glorious.
What is that one?
Glorious. With TH. Not
It's
happening because he
Sylvester
will be in jail for a while. That's BS, man. Really. And again, I want to sit down with some of these folks and ask them, you're on a subway. What would you do? Just ignore it? I mean, most people do ignore. I mean, they're pushing people on the tracks there, the subway. I'd be afraid to stand there just for fear of somebody pushing me onto the tracks.
Right.
They were actually protesting. They were jumping onto the tracks at the subway, stopping subways underground. You can get electrocuted, can't you, if you step on the wrong thing or whatever?
There's a few volts that go through some of those rails. Absolutely.
Well, nobody was getting electrocuted. There was like a couple of hundred of them on the tracks stopping these subways. I'm going, what the hell? I thought
Get Matt Mullen down there. He'll give you some volts.
That's right. How about Tar Heel 65149? No surprise, but doubt he will be convicted. Acting in self-defense for himself and others, and as many have stated, if he had been in jail or a mental institution for his past transgressions, this would not have even happened. Again, what else is that? That's not even talking about homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the mental. A lot of these folks are mentally insane or whatever, crazy, and they're living on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And now the families come out. He was a Michael Jackson impersonator. He was on his way to changing his life. And then they show his sweet little 10-year-old photo in third grade. They don't show the arrest warrant photos. We got to stop rewarding this kind of behavior. I hope they don't end up suing the city and they get $20 million. It'll really, really irk me if that happens. How about chops? This former Marine had to do this because there's no law in New York City, and the police and politicians are complacent in preventing crime. In fact, they promote criminal activity. Again, the Good Samaritan just tried to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his way to school. If he hadn't stepped up, he would probably, just be hanging out over the weekend, and now he's got to turn himself in tomorrow because of it.
Absolutely.
America Speaks. This is why we do this. We want to hear your complaints, your ideas, your comments about all this stuff. You know, this world's going crazy, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, all I can do is read the comments, and there's pros and cons to both of these. You know, some people want him convicted right away or thrown in jail, and others want to give him a key to the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that really busts my balls with this crime bullshit. So, again, on America Speaks, we have another topic real quick. We'll do a couple of these. We have a convicted killer who was convicted of killing a pregnant woman in Massachusetts.
Yikes.
Now, it's given me a problem coming up because I wanted to...
so we got a 2-for-1.
yeah, right. It was a felony fiance.
A felony fiance?
That's what it says here. It says...
They got life.
We have pregnant Massachusetts woman killed by convicted murderer, a felon fiance. So I guess it was her fiance who was a convicted felon. Right off the bat, you leave the guy, first of all.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're trying to warn people. People in her life were trying to warn her to stay away from these kind of characters. But of course, you don't listen.
Love is blind.
Yep. Yes, it is. Here's Joe's diapers. Lay down with the dogs. I don't know what that really meant, but I rested. Okay, centrist interest. Rest in peace, lady. And the Tiz Wiz 551. I am confused. I cannot keep up with this sewage. Well, like you said, these crimes are happening every day. It happens more and more. You can't keep up. Like all these shootings that are happening. I can't keep up with them. The one in Texas, there's already been a couple more.
Did you hear yesterday all the threats on social media to schools? Did you hear about that one?
What, locally or?
Well, it was locally here, but I don't know if it was a national thing, but the Clark County School District on Monday, they received a threat that schools will be shot up all across Las Vegas. And of course, the superintendent, sent out a communication to all the families saying, although we treat all threats, seriously, the Clark County School Police Department and other state authority, blah, 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 these are unsubstantiated threats.
Unconfirmed, unsubstantiated.
Right. So Wednesday, I was working, and so at my school, 14 staff members were absent. The student body, I would say 50% were absent.
So it was supposed to happen that day.
On Wednesday. Yep.
So half the school didn't show up, the teachers didn't show up.
14 of them didn't show up. And at my wife's school, she was telling me that there are some parents, I'm sure it happened in my school and many other schools across the city, that parents decided to pull their kids out of school for the remaining days of the school year. Now, keep in mind, folks, for Clark County School District, we only have 7 days left. Tomorrow, all of next week, and the following Monday, the 22nd.
Okay.
However, with all the standardized testing done and teachers wrapping up and all that, there's not going to be a whole ton of stuff being done. But for those kids, especially if they're in 5th grade, that are not going to be coming back before they get promoted to go to 6th grade, they won't be able to say goodbye to their friends. They won't be able to say goodbye to their favorite teachers or whatever. That's the part that I'm disappointed in if they're going to be kept home.
Now, if I were the school district, I'd worry about the last few days. There might be somebody out there wanting to make their mark on the last few days of school. You don't know what is going to happen.
But it boils down to what you were just talking about, though, about what's going on. The shootings. Every day you're picking up shootings because a basketball goes on somebody's grass and a father and a child went to go retrieve the ball. You go knocking on the door. It's the wrong house. You get shot up. You get in a car by accident because it looks like somebody else's car. You get shot for getting in the car. This is so out of control.
And it all depends on the shootings and the victim and the race and this. Did you hear about the one where probably didn't?
Mm-hmm.
It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A homeless black man somehow has a firearm. I don't know how. Homeless, walks into a library, walks up to some white guy reading a book. He's just sitting there flipping through the book. Comes up from behind him, blows his brains out in the library. Never knew what was coming. Didn't know the guy.
Guess he didn't use the
Then he
silencer.
walked across the street, right? Went to a Quickie Mart. Some guy's reaching into the cooler to grab a Coke, soft drink, walks up to him behind, boom, boom, kills him right there, and then waits outside for the cops.
So is that mental illness on that person? Was it premeditated? I know they kind of have to go through all of that, I'm sure.
They did say there was no relation. He didn't know either one.
But does this guy have history of mental health issues?
that part I don't know. But again, we always say, well, he must be crazy to do
Right.
something like that. But we don't know if he was really mentally ill.
And if
or
not,
what.
if he
Okay.
doesn't have any record of that, did this individual wake up that morning and say, premeditated, you know what, I'm going to grab my gun and blow some couple of people's heads off? That's premeditated, right?
And again, you can't even, we all do what we can to stay safe and stay out of situations where we might, or we don't want to get into an argument with somebody at work or a road rage.
Mhm.
This guy was just sitting in a library reading a book.
Doing nothing.
You can't be safe in a library.
Nope.
You can't even be safe at a church.
I have a funny feeling if you walked into a police station, you wouldn't be safe there, with somebody may follow you in anyway. All right, we're out of time.
What?
Can you believe how fast the show went?
We need 2 hours.
We need sponsors to make
That's
that
right.
happen.
Did you hear that, guys?
Sponsors.
We need sponsors. You want to hear us for another hour?
No.
God forbid.
All right. Before we say goodbye, let me just let everybody know tomorrow's Kiwanis Connects at 9 a.m. with myself and Governor Val. Our guest, Charlotte Penelope. She is the reigning Royal International Miss California Princess. She's been competing in pageants since she was 9 months old.
Wow.
I was just trying to figure out how to roll over at that point. And she started scholarship pageants just last year. She enjoys traveling and speaking at schools and conferences. Her platform, Courage with Charlotte. Her mission is to help kids understand the effects of bullying and how to find help. Charlotte was a victim of bullying herself and now wants to encourage kids to speak up. She's our guest tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that because this young child is less than 10 years old that she'll be coming on tomorrow with her mom. Governor Val will be on video with us, of course, coming from somewhere, wherever her travels have taken her. Somewhere. Anyway, with that, thank you for watching tonight. Mr. Mal, thoughts of as we wrap up, thoughts of the
Like
day.
I always say, keep your head above water. We live in troubling times. Just get up, live your day, do the best you can, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, like he said, hopefully, I expect Rick. Thank you, Rick, for coming in today, as always. Rick Upchurch will be back with us next week in studio. I'm Aaron Phillips, reminding you to join us each and every Thursday night, 4 to 5 p.m. If you miss it, you can go to YouTube, Facebook, Roku, download the WWDBTV channel, check us out there, as well as all the many shows you have on the menu. Thank you for watching. Be kind, everybody. Why is that? Although we're talking about it, we only have each other, so we better make the best of it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the Roundtable.